Okay, now we're ready to chop our slot for our key. We'll go through our tenon. So a lot of people have different methods, which way to turn the chisel, which direction to go. I don't really have a particular way I follow. Some start in the middle of a mortise workout, but one way or another you need to get the wood out of there however you do it. So one thing you do not want to start right on your layout line, especially this front one. The back one's not such a big issue, but just chop straight in. And as you can see, pretty fast. Get on down there fairly quickly. Knock some of that out of the way. On this back, I generally, on this particular type of mortise, I don't pry on the front because it's exposed, and you see it. This back shoulder is inside the leg, so you can pry all you want on it and not hurt anything. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn the chisel around and work on up a little closer. And if you worry about how straight you're going in the wood, and that's a concern, drive your chisel in and stand back and look at it occasionally, and your eye can pick it up if you're going one way or the other. Okay, you can see here we're 2 passes and we are a little bit over halfway through. So now we're going to finish up from this direction, right on our line, and follow this angle down to the front side of this mortise. Needs to be as straight and flat inside as possible because the back side of our wedge seats against it. The side towards the leg is not so critical. As long as it's clearing the wedge, it's okay. So, and of course, this mortise being at an angle, well, it really doesn't complicate it, but it maybe not quite as easy as going straight. So what I do is, you see my layout line, I just eyeball down the back of the chisel and try to keep it pretty much the same angle as that line, and we'll pair that wall, and that's all we can do from this side. See our wedge starting in there, so we'll flip it over and finish up from the other side. You need to remember we're actually angling. I didn't put layout lines on this side, they're over here, but we're angling back this way from the bottom sides. Need to little point to remember. Okay, we've have our mortise completely chopped, and when you get the coming from both ways and you meet, make sure sometimes the two coming in from either side may not perfectly align there in the center, and you can pair that off inside. Just make sure your chisel will lay flat, against the sides. And you can use your firmer chisel for that. And also there tends to be a little bit of fuzz, just kind of like little hairs in there from the mortise chisel, and knock them off too while you're checking it. That makes it smoother. On the ends of the mortise, this back side is not real critical. As long as it's clearing the way or the front of the leg, it's no issue. This front side, a lot of times I use a little narrow 1/4-inch chisel and stick through there and make sure it's aligned with your bottom mark and your top mark, and it lays flat up against it. You want all the bearing surface right there you can get. You don't want humps in it. And if you do find a little hump, or you can use your chisel and clean that up. And then of course just make sure your wedge goes in, and then you're ready to fit it up and try it on the leg. Okay, here's what we've been working towards. We've got our mortise and long tenon fitted. We've got our wedge cut, mortise fillet cut, and that is it. It's unbelievable. And you times that times 4 legs on the bench, you're not going to rack this joint. This is my favorite part of the bench to build. Every time we put one together in class, it's still for some reason a thrill to me. So at this point you can pat yourself on the back, say good job, and we're ready to move on.
This is Joshua Farnsworth. If you're interested in learning traditional woodworking with hand tools, visit my website at woodandshop.com, where you can find free video tutorials, workshop tours of amazing traditional woodworkers, and tool buying guides. You can ask questions and share your projects with thousands of woodworkers on my free traditional woodworking forum. Make sure you subscribe to my regular blog posts, and also check out my 10 steps for getting started in traditional woodworking. Enjoy!